everyone, welcome back to the show. I'm Joan, your host, and today we have a really juicy conversation lined up, one that I think is going to resonate with a lot of property professionals out there. And we're talking about the ACES program as always and how it's actually changing the game for agents in the field. And I have two wonderful guests joining me today. As always, Billy is here, who's part of the ACES program team, and a very, very special property agent guest who's going to share her real experiences working with ACES program and with Billy as well. So yeah, hi Billy, welcome back.
Thank you, Joan and Esther, with our guest tonight. And this is a
Exactly.
very lovely evening. Now we are doing this as
Hmm.
usual. I don't know, our 10th episode coming, right? And
Yes.
we are very happy to have a very valuable guest with us tonight from Esther. And yes, to recap for audience who are listening this for the first time, I'm Billy Chan,
Yes.
whereby we do involve with both parties in
Hmm.
homeowners and the renovation contractors through a very neutral, impartial kind of involvement. And this is where it's a very interesting involvement to in the industry together and all of us. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely,
Thank you.
Billy. And yes, we have here, as you mentioned, Miss Esther, our property agent guest for today, a 5 years realtor, right? Thank you so much for being here, Miss Esther. And before we dive in, I just wanted to ask you this. Can you give us a quick intro about yourself? Tell us a little about what you do.
All right, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. So I'm a property agent for about five years. I'm in coming 6 years, and I'm with Lee Sotheby's, so it's a very boutique property firm. So I handle both buyers and seller, and particularly, for buyers in their residential needs, to their investment needs, and all the way up to their business needs as well. So when it comes to industrial, commercial, and all that, I cover them and help them with it.
Wow, that's a great introduction, Miss Esther. And I think I know Miss Esther has been awarded with different, recognitions also, right, Billy?
Yes,
And I
yes.
was waiting for that introduction, but I think Miss Esther was too humble to say that. But yeah, well, thank you for that. And since we have already started this discussion about ACES program, and you, Miss Esther, introducing yourself as a property agent. I'm really curious. How did you first hear about the ACES program? Was it something you actively sought out, or did it kind of find you?
It somehow found me because we are always in conversations with buyers, with
Uh-huh.
contractors, and in the interior designers. So
Mm.
I heard about it at a networking program. Right. So sometimes buyers will always ask me, how do they look for a trusted interior designer? Because we have heard so many cases, we have seen all these cases on
Mm.
Instagram where they screw up, or worse, it delays the entire process.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Right. And then it's going to be very pricey after that, or you have to find someone else to take over it.
Mm-hmm.
So we were talking during the networking session, and then someone brought it up, and then I looked into it. I spoke to Billy about it. So I thought, yeah, that is what the property industry is missing.
Mm-hmm. That's so interesting, right, Billy? I mean, it's a common story, I guess. Agents kind of stumbling into ACES program because they notice a gap or probably.
Yes, yes. I appreciate that Esther see the value in this whole program. Of course, the earlier episodes we mentioned about the involvement with the direct renovation procedure, but now is with property agents because they are the ones who bring the very valuable homeowners and they are very trusted relationship with their homeowners. To get a property in Singapore is not easy. It's a very valuable asset.
Mhm.
So giving us a chance to work with property agents in terms of defects checkings, in terms of reliability, is equally foremost. So we are in for the actual proper check sequence, and we identify and raise the things that we found that is needed to be addressed, and we will link up with the developer of
Mhm.
the defect checking services, which they will do the rectification together. So this is a
Mhm.
very smooth process whereby we are in for and we will do it in a very professional way.
Correct.
that will give this homeowner from property agents a very sound peace of mind. Because
Mm-hmm.
in the market, we know there are a lot of different range of defect checkers. If we know, right? Because some may not be very professional, some may not be the ones doing it, and they bring a lot of under delivered, overwhelmed by many projects. So we are in for a very proper service, and we hope that we are very manageable, and we make sure that we do our utmost to give the best experience to homeowners in defect
Mm-hmm.
checking, okay, and
Yeah,
rectification.
you're right there, Billy. And I
So
couldn't
yeah, June,
also
I think
on how
mm,
important property agents are, like Esther, in bringing, as you mentioned, the homeowners, right? Now, at this juncture, Miss Esther, I wanted to ask you now, like, how do you think ACES program actually helped you in your work as a property agent? Like, is there any tangible impact on your in your work, on your bottom line, something like that?
So for most, if I'm marketing a residential unit, with ACES Insights, I can safely tell buyers that this is a safe property. There are not many defects. If there are, they are just very minor ones. So
Mm-hmm.
from there, the buyers would be more assured,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right? And
Correct.
following on, when my buyers, when they ask me, oh, who can I find? And then I introduce them to ACES program. And this one actually, they have a whole panel of trusted contractors and
That's true.
IDs. So
Mm-hmm.
from then on, ACES will come in and follow them, right from the beginning, so
Mm-hmm.
that they don't get cheated along the way, because ACES comes in as an independent party,
Mm-hmm.
yes,
Do you
right?
think
They don't
Miss
yes,
get sponsored on the, yep, sorry.
Do you think, Miss Esther, having this ACES program actually sets you apart from other agents out there?
Oh, if a property agent were to represent a seller, they will not tell the buyers what are the actual flaws of the property,
That's right.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So with ACES in, it's like, okay, this is an independent party,
Mm-hmm.
it's not taking sides. This says, no, this property is safe to go.
Mm-hmm. That's actually huge, I guess. Right, Billy, from the ACES program side.
That's right.
I think you've seen this play out, right? Agents growing their clients base because of the program, isn't it?
yes, it is. Thanks, Esther, for the very good testimony. And then we work well together. You see, in terms of, I can say there are three tiers of exclusive seller of the property or even potential buyer going in to understand the integrity of the existing conditions. So with our neutral and impartial checks, we identify things are logical and need to be attended to. So these are very good information for either the seller or the buyer, depending how Esther and her team going to market it and project to the two parts of different parties, right? So
Mm-hmm.
we also represent sellers. They don't know, right? So
Mm.
with us, I think Esther and her team have already realized that we come in at a very proper mindset to understand the journey of the renovation towards that. So after the defect checkings and after all the rectification, they are going for the renovation. And we give this value added service from our third tier. I think we can see that we are the very best first starter to let them introduce to this renovation journey in Singapore altogether. How
Mm-hmm.
you start, how you go about with it first before you jump into finding IDs, comparing codes, and all this, a very beautiful story of the design altogether. But we are here for the very legitimate side of the pre-renovation phase.
Mm-hmm.
Pre-understanding prior to the renovation, we have a set of alignment to understand. So it's a very good knowledge for everybody. And I think from property agents, valuable homeowners from the start to the beginning of the renovation, and during the renovation, we have involved inside as well. Is a range of a good change of protection, and this is very important because I believe in building very strong relationships with our partners. So appreciate Esther together with ACES program having this partnership, good experience journey, yeah, in the home.
So if
Right.
obviously from the answers of you both, I think there's really a genuine really a partnership rather a genuine partnership, and it is not just a referral arrangement, right? So as you both mentioned, there's a good relationship here, and both of you are actually helping out the homeowners, right, to attain what they really, I mean, to attain their dream apartment or dream
Mm.
design for their apartments. Now, just one more question before I actually close the podcast, but um, what Miss Esther, where do you see this kind of um, collaboration going in the future for, for the property agents like yourself and ACES program? Where do you think is this going in the future?
It is, it's gonna be big. It's gonna become a whole ecosystem in the sense, right? Because it speaks about the new launches. It's actually also very helpful when it comes to the older apartments
Mm,
because those will have a lot more issues. So Billy will let the buyers know or the homeowners know what are the things to look out for when things like leaking issues and things like that. So Billy's team also take into consideration what we feedback to them. So
mm,
it's not them just listening and okay, close book, we move on to the next property agent, we move on to the next case. But they actually think about it. They go through, we have so we grow from there.
that's
So
right.
it's
That's
just
a
not a
lovely
one-way
answer.
street, what
Mm.
the case is to them. Yeah, that's right.
How about you, Billy? What do you
Yep.
think? Where do you think this collaboration will be going to in the future? By the way, Miss Esther, that was a very lovely answer.
Ask me what is the golden nugget for tonight again. All right. So, well, as I think we can have them together with a golden nugget of wrap up of how Esther
Exactly.
property agents in residential work with ACES program 3 years ago, and we are the ever growing and on the competitive edge in giving extra value added service. So in the long term, I mean in the near future, these coming
Mm-hmm.
5 years is equally very important because of AI coming in and everything is so
That's right.
automated, right?
Mm-hmm.
The human staying in the property. So the journey of the user experience is very, very precious. We really need to let homeowner have a good sound peace of mind and good things rectified, get things done, and pre-protection and all this planning. I think is way beyond is limitless for us to work in a new different involve in a new different service that we synergize together. Yeah.
Yeah. And properties is the, I know, largest purchase of most people's lives,
Mm.
right? So investing in it, they want to be safe, you want to be assured. They don't want to go into something that, okay, they go into buying something blindfolded.
We used to say to Esther to add on to the point, there are always these four main industry, the biggest decisions you make in life. Number one is the property.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Correct.
no, sorry, marriage comes first.
Yes, well, exactly. I was thinking, are you gonna say that?
Second, then is
Okay.
the property. You see, it's number two. And
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
third is the renovation. The
Uh-huh.
renovation is the third biggest decision you make in your life because it will change your lifestyle. Okay, Joan, thank you.
All right. Well,
Let's
uh, yeah, sorry. Yes, I think I couldn't have said it better myself. Thank you so much, both of you, for such an honest, insightful conversation for tonight. This has been genuinely valuable, and I know our listeners are going to get so much of it. And to everyone tuning in, if you're a property professional or a homeowner thinking about your next renovation, check out ACES program, and the links and details are in the show notes. Thank you for today. Have a great, great evening. Thank you, Miss Esther. Thank you so much.
thank you, Esther.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Joan. Thank you, everyone.